Hello and welcome. I'm Mary Beth Bonville, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. Data-driven instruction is helping to drive educational changes in the Kingston City School District. Our teachers obtain data from a wide variety of sources, including interactive games, whiteboard activities, STAR testing, and much more. The way data-driven instruction is being utilized in our district may surprise you. Let's take a look.
There you go.
That?
Perfect. And you sounded it out.
Perfectly. Heads?
Has.
That one was a
little tricky. That's okay.
Today I practiced with a student their high frequency words, and I believe that all students need to have a solid foundation of any set of high frequency words. And with these cards paired with a very informal checklist, it's a quick and easy way for me to gauge what the student already knows versus what they still need to improve upon. This data from the progress monitoring helps me drive my instruction and really focus on what that student needs for the next day's lesson or for the whole week.
So the STAR exam is a real simple computer test. Students are on the computer, they have headphones, and they listen to instructions on what to do at the lowest levels, and then the older kids just solve the problems on the computer. The kids interact, well, they just fill out the answers on the computer. The thing I would say about the STAR test is it's relatively simple for the kids. They enjoy doing it. It takes them less than an hour for the math and less than an hour for the ELA test. And what's really special about these tests is that the minute the test is completed, I have the test scores and I can see how well the students did or didn't do. So at Kingston, we started using the STAR test last year. And when you're doing data-driven instruction, you want to test every quarter. So we tested 4 times last year, and now we're in our 2nd time testing this year. And we can actually use the data to see how our first graders last year did compared to our first graders this year. In fact, they're doing better this year than last year.
And so this is a lesson that I did with some of the children last week, and so I took 6 of our second years and we did a lesson with a stamp game where they learned how to do dynamic addition with the stamps. And so it's a process of bundling and what we used to call, regrouping and all of that. So we have a process of doing that with a stamp.
I'm going to give you one problem at a time. I want you to write what I project. And then you're going to write equals, and you're going to have it nice and neat. Write it really large, okay? Are you ready for this, people? All right. 5 halves. 5 over 2 equals? I use it so that I can review concepts that were taught in today's KCSD Unit 3, which is what fractions. So I was just reviewing, can they make equivalent fractions? Can they create fractions greater than 1? And can they create mixed numbers? And it gives me a very quick assessment when they hold those boards up whether or not each student understands that concept. And if not, I can ask them to stay activity period and I can review that concept with them then. Sometimes I have a child next to them help explain it because sometimes they can understand, and another an explanation from a student sometimes as well. So it's a very powerful way for me to formatively assess my students, and I get wonderful results and instant feedback, and they love it. So it works for me and it works for the students.
RTI stands for Response to Intervention, and what happens is when a student is struggling in a class and a teacher has tried specific interventions to help the student with what he or she is struggling with, they send them to me after we go through a RTI process, and I work specifically with the skills and intervening on what deficiencies that student might have in math to help him or her with skills that they should have learned prior to this year. And it even breaks down what skills they should be working on in RTI so that I can take that report along with what I heard from the classroom teacher, and I can narrow down what I'm working with the student on. So the STAR report breaks down 5 domains, these are 2 of the domains, and breaks down the skills that he or she would need in order to get back to our goal of getting a benchmark. And for instance, this student needs work on multiplication and division facts until automatically achieved. So the student is laboring a little bit and doing his or her multiplication facts. So I would work with the student on multiplication division facts until it's automatic.